Here's how everyone can start recording short form content using the 10-90 rule. So what is the 10-90 rule? So if you're someone who's completely uncomfortable on camera, and whenever we record our clients and businesses practices sometimes have people who are not that comfortable on camera, we use the 10-90 rule often a lot. Sometimes we have to decrease the percentages by 595 depending how they are on camera. So in this video, I'm going to show you a step-by-step on how I do the 10-90 rule and how you should start applying it to yourself to create content. So let's say we want to create a video called 5 reasons why hashtags are still relevant. This is a pretty basic video. So this is a short form video and we have our hook here, 5 reasons why hashtags are still relevant. So we could label that as hook. So now we'll create a base part where we'll actually write down some of the reasons why hashtags are still relevant. So whenever you're done with your script, we've sectioned it into 3 parts: the hook, the base, and the ending. So the hook is the part you have to do on screen. We'll just practice that one sentence. I'm sure you can do one sentence on screen. So 5 reasons why hashtags are still relevant. You're gonna go on camera and you're gonna say 5 reasons why hashtags are still relevant. Just do that and then you can literally just read off the whole screen. After you've read off the whole screen, find B-rolls. You can either put stock footage, you can make footage and just put it on top. So that way you won't have to be on camera that much. And that's why I call it the 90-10, because you're 10% on camera and 90% of it's just B-roll. And don't just reread it. Like, hashtags make it easier for users to actually add like a tone of voice to it, add your own personality to it. So hashtags make it easier for users to discover content related to their interest by grouping similar posts together. So something like that, so people, the viewer, can't really distinguish between you reading it versus you actually saying it in front of camera, and then you use B-roll as to just explain to them, not to hide or cover yourself reading. So once you've read the base, put B-roll on top. The ending you could also do on camera. I recommend you do the hook and the ending both on camera. So the ending could be as simple as, and this is why I recommend using hashtags. Simple as that. So 10%, 5% on the hook, 5% on the ending, and the 90% is on the base. So you can adjust the percentage as you go, as you get better on camera. So it could be 20% on camera, 80% on overlays. It could be that after a month of creating content, it could be 50% on camera and 50% overlays. I still use overlays because it adds to the overall video as well. But if you're a beginner, if you're uncomfortable on camera but you still want to create content, use the 10-90 rule. You can adjust the percentage how you see fit, but at least have yourself on the camera for at least the hook, because people need to see a face, and if you're just using stock footage for the whole video, they're not gonna connect to you personally. So here's the actual video I made using the hashtags relevant part, and you can see what I did. I am a little comfortable on camera, so I get on, I would say 40 to 50% of the time. I still like using overlays for the reasons I mentioned, but yeah, here's the video. A lot of people say that hashtags are dead, don't use hashtags. I disagree with that, especially if you have like services or goods to sell. I think hashtags can be super useful. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're a photographer here in Houston and you're not using the hashtag Houston photographer. Instagram has a search engine. Most people still use Instagram to, search stuff. So if people go to Instagram search engine and type in Houston photographer, they'll see accounts, tags, location, and stuff like that. Most people gravitate towards the hashtag section. Hashtags or accounts, those are the 2 main ones. And if they click on Houston photographer, they'll get this whole list. If you don't even use the hashtags, they're not even in that list. So it might not give you more reach, tens and thousands of views, but it might give you more business. So make sure you're using hashtags. So yeah, that should be all for today. Let me know if you found this helpful. And if you did, just make sure to subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you next week.